Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. Today's yoga's practice is a prenatal class, perfect for mothers to be or mamas in general. It's also an all level beginner class, so anyone can really take part and benefit from this practice. All you will need are blocks and maybe a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you can always use some pillows. This will just help to provide some additional assistance and support throughout your practice. So we'll start in a comfortable seat. And if it feels good, you can place a block underneath the sits bones, finding a crisscross applesauce. Drawing the shoulders towards the ears as you inhale. Release the shoulder blades down the back as you exhale. Option to find a soft gaze or maybe even close the eyes if it feels good. Just arriving into your breath. Arrive into your body in this very moment. Draw a big inhalation, fill the belly, the ribs, the heart expands. And the sigh, breath out, let that breath go. Big breath, fill all the way up. Audible exhale, sigh it out. Now as we sit here with the breath, we'll start to cultivate our intention for practice. And if this resonates with you, I offer up the ahimsa, a yoga principle that translates to non-harming. So non-harming can mean a multitude of different things. But we seek to achieve this non-harming by having kind words, kind actions, kind thoughts. So start to just draw your intention in as you breathe. And seal this intention in as you breathe out. Good thoughts, good words, good actions for everyone around, but most importantly, yourself. Another full cycle of breath. And you can keep the eyes closed, reach the arms up to the sky as you inhale. Exhale, just open up in cactus. 2 more times, breathe in, arms to the sky. Exhale to cactus. Once more, breathing in. Exhale, we find our cactus. Inhale, arms up to the sky. As you exhale, the right hand will plant as you lift up and over with the left fingers. Deep inhalation in, feel the rib cage expand. Exhale even deeper into this side stretch. Open up as you inhale, arms back to the sky. And then side stretch to the left as you exhale. Find length as you inhale. Dive deeper as you exhale. Breathe back in, arms up to the sky. Open up to cactus once again. And then as you exhale, just give yourself a big loving hug. Wrap the right arm on top, catch for opposite shoulder. Let the head hang heavy as you drop the chin towards the chest. Giving yourself the biggest hug, maybe rocking side to side. Unravel back to cactusing the arms, open the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, big hug, left arm wraps on top, catch for opposite elbow as you bow the chin down. Just stay here, giving yourself this loving embrace, an act of kindness for yourself. Open up the arms as you inhale. And then as you exhale, you can walk the hands forward, finding just a forward fold with the legs. Maybe crawl the fingers just a little bit further out. Big breath in. And slow breath out. Begin to round back to your seat. And we'll just cross the opposite leg in front. Find your seats. From here, begin to drop the right ear over to the right shoulder. Chin to the chest. Left ear over to the left shoulder. Finding these gentle half circles here, being slow and kind to the body. During this time, your body is changing. You're growing a new life. And during this time, the mental challenge of all the changes going on, not just in your body, but in your hormones, in this new season, new chapter, can be difficult to navigate. So just allow yourself this extra love and care here. We'll slowly walk the hands forward. Find that forward fold once again. And again, if there is a belly that you're working with here, you can just walk the arms out even wider. So yoga through pregnancy is a really good opportunity to learn to modify, to learn to navigate your new body. Maybe you sway side to side if it feels good. And we'll walk back up to the hands, or we'll walk back up to the sits bones, lengthen the crown up, and then release the block. Shift your weight over to one side and then roll over to your tabletop position. All fours. Pressing down through the finger pads, begin to dip the belly and lift your gaze. Round and curl as you gaze back. Open the heart as you inhale. And then as you exhale, round and curl. Taking this at your own rhythm, at your own pace. And then we'll come back to tabletop position. Kick the right heel back, bend the knee, and then just open up through the right hip by drawing circles in. And then we're going to exhale, crunch the knee towards the right elbow, draw it through, find a wide runner's lunge. So again, we're learning to modify and move with the changing body. And so if you need to walk the foot out even wider or option to catch for the blocks, this is your chance to learn to adapt. We'll rise up to a low lunge here. Opening the chest, lifting the heart. Maybe the blocks are to the inside of the right foot as you breathe into the hips. Keeping the chest lifted, feeling the left psoas open. And then we're going to flow to funky half splits. So we'll sink the hips back, straighten the right leg. Palms still reach forward, but we're widening here to accommodate more space. Inhale back to your low lunge. Exhale, sink your hips back. 2 more, breathe in, open up, lift the chest. Exhale, sink the hips back. Once more, breathe in, lift chest. Exhale, sink the hips back. This time we'll hold the funky half splits. Round yourself forward and we'll rise up to a low lunge. Arms up to the sky. Pressing down through the feet, open up to an open arm twist here. Reaching fingertip to fingertip. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, exalt your warrior. Left arm reaches up and high to the sky. You can sink the hips slightly forward. Breathe in. And as you exhale, hands release. Slide the blocks off to the side. And then guide the right knee back with the left, tabletop. We'll flip the fingers to face towards the knees. And then sink the hips back and forth a few times. Just work into the wrists. Hands lift back towards the top of your space. Kick the left heel back, bend the knee, and then draw some circles in with that left knee. Open up. Left heel will kick, and then exhale, step the left leg out to the top left corner of your mat, low lunge. Maybe those blocks come to the inside of the left foot, hands to the blocks, prop the heart open as you find your inhale, low lunge. And then as you exhale, funky half splits, sink the hips down and back. 2 more, breathe in, lift up. Exhale to tuck and curl. 2 more times. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, half splits. Our last one here, lift the chest, open up the heart. And then exhale, funky half splits. Maybe walk the hands slightly forward. Feel the stretch to the left hamstring. We're breathing here. And then round forward back to your low lunge, maybe stepping the left foot in slightly as you rise up to your modified crescent. Arms to the sky. Find your inhale, and then as you exhale, open arm twist. As you inhale, exalt your warrior, reach up and back. Open the heart, reach the right fingers up to the sky. And then exhale, hands come down. Slide the left knee back to meet the right. And then just take a seat on the heels. Close down the eyes. And finding yourself back to your breath, back in your body. Knowing that it's okay to take breaks, especially as you learn to navigate this new phase. And then we're going to find our way in our downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So widening the stance as much as you need here in your downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and slow breath out. Lift your gaze towards the fingers, and then as you exhale, slow walk of the feet towards the wrists, top of your space. Breathe into a halfway lift, maybe using the blocks to place the palms to create a flat back in the spine. And then exhale to fold. 2 more, breathe and halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. This time, inhale, halfway lift. And then as you exhale, we'll find our ragdoll, but taking space here. So widening the feet as much as you need, catching opposite elbow and letting everything just hang and melt forward. You have the option to maybe find an interlace at the nape of the neck and rock side to side. We'll find our halfway lift. Palms meet your blocks or to your shins, and then you'll take a big step back with the left leg, finding a warrior one, rising up here. So in your warrior one, maybe even widening the feet just a little bit. Breathe in and breathe out. On your exhale, find your forward fold, top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, big step back with the right leg this time, rising up, warrior one. Inhale. Big exhale. Step the right leg forward, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left leg back, then the right, into a high plank here. We'll hold for 5 deep breaths. There's always the option to soften your knees down. Take a full breath in and slow breath out. One more full cycle here. And then as you find your last exhale, you'll pike the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take another full cycle of breath before we soften the knees and take a short break. And we'll find a child's pose here if it feels okay in your body. If not, you can always come to a fetal position for rest or just continue to stay seated. Walking your hands out forward, letting the forehead rest. Coming back to our intention of ahimsa. Just noticing if the mind or body have felt different today than in the past. And notice if the mind placed any judgment on that. Can you try to replace any negative thought with a positive one? Rock the forehead side to side a few times. Option to find a tricep stretch here, maybe bringing the hands to the nape of the neck, palms to touch. Just shimmy the elbows closer to the head and then walk them slightly forward to help deepen through the stretch. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Finding good thoughts, good words, good actions. And slowly begin to walk the hands towards the body. Shift your weight to one side. Bend the knees out in front of you. We'll just knock the knees side to side a few times. Next time the knees meet center, keep the knees lifted. With the hands supported behind you, begin to guide the right ankle on top of the left thigh for a seated figure 4. Maybe finding some rocks side to side. Just breathing in to the right outer hip in a more gentle and compassionate way than maybe we would in our full pigeon or sleeping swan. Release the foot and then find that on the left side, flexing the left toes, rocking them side to side. Releasing, walking the feet forward, finding a forward fold, but we can use the props here. So maybe the blocks underneath the kneecaps, maybe your bolster on the thighs, finding widened feet to help accommodate more space. Just resting the forehead down. Letting the back side round and melt. And slowly rise back up. And just depending on what trimester you're in, we're going to take a supported heart opener. So if you're in the first or second trimester, this might be okay. But if you are in a later stage of your pregnancy and cannot lie on the back, option to find just a fetal position with the bolster in between the thighs here, like this, just resting. But if you can lie on the back, we'll find our supported heart opener, maybe placing blocks to the hips and then sliding the bolster behind you, setting up for your supported heart opener. I like to reach my arms up and over to catch opposite elbow and just let gravity do its thing. Take a deep breath and slow breath out. How can you bring some ahimsa into this posture, into your practice, into your day? You can slowly begin to press yourself back up, comfortable seat. And then we're going to lie back down. Again, if you're not able to lie fully on the back, just stay resting in your fetal position. We'll find our happy baby at the very bottom. Feet out wide, knees out wide. Just thinking about how a baby comes into this world unassuming, happy, and just channeling that sense of peace and contentment, and bringing it into the forefront of your mind. And full breath in and a gentle breath out. And we're going to slip and slide into our final resting pose. So if you can lie on the back and that feels safe and supported to you, you can go there. If you're not able to lie on the back, you can come to your side, maybe placing the bolster in between the legs and just lay resting. Allowing yourself to slow down, allowing yourself compassion and love to nurture, to heal. To know it's completely okay to feel everything you are feeling. And reminding yourself how strong and capable you truly are. Stay here for as long as you need. And I encourage you to stay here resting if it feels good. But if you feel ready, slowly press yourself up. Comfortable seats. Rising up to seated, keeping the eyes closed. Breathing the arms up to the sky as you inhale. As you exhale, hands down to the heart. Sliding the thumbs to the space between the brows to think good thoughts. Hands to the mouth to say good words. And lastly, hands to the heart for good intentions to yourself and all of those around. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide. Namaste.